Hello and welcome to the Album Man. So I haven't done a video for quite a while, but with it being Christmas and all, I just haven't had the time. So I thought I'd start off my year-end list. I know my year-end lists are quite a lot later than some other people's, but I've been wanting to make sure that they're absolutely perfect for the year and I don't miss out anything. So I'm going to start with the top 9 performances of 2012, and top 9, not top 10, because quite frankly I've seen 9. I nearly saw 10. I would have seen Asia, but of course they cancelled, unfortunately. But yes, so it's a top 9, and the rule for this list is it has to be headliners, as I don't quite think you can, get a band by their support performance. But I'm going to give out some honourable mentions first to support acts that I've really enjoyed this year. So, Rival Sons. Knew about them before I saw them live, but absolutely fantastic, really good live. Their songs definitely sound better, fantastic. Anthrax, so I saw supporting Motorhead, and I didn't think I was that much of an Anthrax fan, but seeing them live, they really blew me away. Really heavy, really good, and such big choruses in their songs, they just got the crowd going, and it was really fun. And my third honourable mention will have to be Beardfish, damn that fell down, Beardfish, who I saw supporting Flying Colours, and yeah, they were so good live, especially the song And If the Stones Said I Could Speak from their Mammoth album, 2011. Yeah, that was so good live, and they were fantastic. They were actually a band I only discovered because they were supporting Flying Colours. So pleased to do. So anyway, let's get on to the main list, the top 9. So, now none of these are bad at all. Number 9 doesn't mean that they were bad concert. All of these were great. It's just, number 1 was better than number 9, but So anyway, let's just get started. So number 9 is Shinedown. Now, why are they so low? I mean, they're such a fantastic band, and they perform the songs well. The problem was with me, it was the sound. I thought they really badly got the sound off. From where I was standing, which was effectively, it was an academy, so it has like seats over the top, and it was underneath one of the sides of the seat. And I've stood there before and the sound's been fine, but the sound seemed really quiet. They seemed to just have it stupidly quiet, which wasn't that good. And I don't know, the mix just didn't seem very clear, and I thought it really did hinder the performance. They gave it the all, I could tell, but I think the sound engineers really let them down, and overall it wasn't as great a concert, but definitely, a band I'd see again. Then number 8, for similar reasons, Black Stone Cherry. And fantastic set, you could see they gave it the all, but again, the sound was just off. They didn't have volume problems like Shinedown did, but it was the guitars, they sounded a bit murky, a bit muddier than they should. The instruments, you couldn't quite hear them as clearly. And you can't just say, as an excuse that it's because it's, a heavier form of music that it gets muddled. It doesn't. Bands higher up on this list who are far heavier than Black Stone Cherry didn't have these problems whatsoever. But yeah, I did think that it hindered it a bit, hence why, yeah, that's at number 8. Now, number 7, it's one of those, I saw so many fantastic performances this year. These ones from 1 to 7 especially, they're really, near perfect things, but I had to order them. So at number 7 is Dream Theater. Now, Dream Theater, one of my favourite bands, so why are they so low? Well, they performed fantastically, not a problem there. And the sound was great, absolutely, what I would want. And, I thoroughly enjoyed it, thought it was fantastic. The only thing was that, I had to really split hairs between these bands because they were all so good. But it was just they played a few songs in the middle that really weren't quite as good, so quite a few weaker and weirder tracks. And it was just the set was only a tiny bit off. Didn't hamper the concert, still thoroughly enjoyed it, but I had to split hairs for these, so yeah, just the set a little bit off to be honest. And also, Mike Mangini on drums, I'm not as keen, his drum solo was dire, absolutely appalling, really bad. Okay, number 6 is Magnum. Now, another of my favourite bands. Why are they at number 6? Well, it surprised me. I thought they'd be higher, and it's not their fault, really. They performed their songs perfectly, fantastic set list. The only reason they're at number 6 is because they were bands, well, it was mainly because I had seen them before, I knew what to expect. The bands higher are all bands well, except for one, that I had never seen before, and they really blew my expectations, or, you know, stood to what I thought. And this band, you know, they didn't do anything wrong whatsoever. Magnum, of course, they're Magnum. It's just that, you know, it didn't exceed my expectation because I've seen them before, knew exactly what I was getting. That it's not, there's no flaws with really what they did. It was fantastic, great set as well. And also, I suppose, as that's for first, they didn't exactly play Let It Rain, and yes, I really can't let that go. Yeah. Okay, so number 5 is Motorhead, one of the most anticipated concerts for the year. And, you know, it was just fantastic. It was solid. They didn't play Bomber though, hence why it's number 5, like, you know, Magnum number 6, you know, these are really, really splitting hairs here. Don't take it the wrong way, as I didn't enjoy these at all. And, yeah, it didn't play Bomber, which was a little disappointing, and one of the tracks they played was really quite a poor one from one of their albums from the early 90s, which is not a good album at all. But, yeah, still fantastic live, enjoyed them a lot, really heavy, and, you know, just what I expected from Motorhead, to be honest. Now, number 4, this is a band that I had seen before as a support act, but quite honestly, they blew away my expectations. This is Seether, the post-grunge band, and I'd seen them before supporting Stayed in about 2009 or something, and oh my god, they blew away my expectations. I was expecting them to be good, I mean, you know, really good, but I wasn't. I was expecting maybe they're at, you know, 6, maybe just below Dream Theater on my list, you know, really solid concert, but not quite, you know, extraordinary. But no, they really were extraordinary live, absolutely extraordinary. They just seemed so much heavier, so much more aggressive. Their set list was just to die for, it really was a to die for set list. And yeah, enjoyed it so much, definitely recommend seeing them live. At number 3 was one of the best band probably I've discovered this year, which was Flying Colours. And I mean, their sound was probably the best sound I've heard at a concert this year, definitely, I'd say. The sound, you could hear all the instruments individually, it was perfectly done, the sound. And the track list was basically, they played the entirety of that album, which is one of my albums of the year, plus some covers of some of their band stuff. So, you know, there's this Dream Theater song in there, I think that was Repentant, Spock's Beard song, Dixie Dregg's song, and whatever Casey McPherson's band Alpha Rev is, and fantastic cover of Jeff Buckley's Hallelujah by Casey. That was phenomenal. And yeah, I was expecting great things from this band. I mean, travelled all the way down to London to see them, and they delivered, to be honest. There was a high expectation, and they delivered. Fantastic. Can't wait for Flying Colours 2, when that, or if that comes out. Slash featuring Myles Kennedy at number 2. You know, Guns N' Roses are my favourite band. Slash is, well, one of my favourite guitarists. At number 1, there's someone who exceeds him in skill, but as a traditional sort of favourite, Slash tends to be, and it was just fantastic. Loads of the classic Guns N' Roses songs from my favourite album, or joint favourite album of all time, Appetite for Destruction, like Night Train and You're Crazy, and of course Paradise Cities, which I like, just performed so perfectly. The guitar was sublime, again the sound mix was fantastic. Myles Kennedy's voice was wonderful as always, as I have seen with Alter Bridge as well, and yeah, just a phenomenal concert, everything I expected from Slash. But at number 1 is a concert, yeah, I'd expected it to be high, but it's probably my second favourite concert of all time, second only to Roger Waters performing The Wall in its entirety, which was last year. And this is the guitar prodigal and pretender to the King of Blues, which is Joe Bonamassa. I mean, I hail this guy every 10 seconds it seems, but I can't give him enough praise. When B.B. King dies, and, you know, hopefully not soon, God no, but, you know, he's getting on a bit now, Joe Bonamassa I would say he is the heir to the throne of blues. Live, he just blew me away. I was expecting something great, you know, was probably one of my favourite guitarists, but after seeing him live, I think he is one of, if not the greatest guitarist the world has ever known, to be honest. Absolute sublime playing. The way he does it is just so good. And, even his singing isn't his strongest suit, let's say, but the songs he played, fantastic, virtually perfect set, and things like Slow Gin were just out of this world. I mean, I can't fault Joe Bonamassa whatsoever, and he's going places. He's going down in rock and blues history, end of, to be honest. And I'm pleased to have seen him playing the Blackpool Opera House, which is a bit smaller. He's now playing stuff like the bloody Liverpool Echo and Manchester MEN and things like that, and Nottingham FM Arena and things like that. I mean, a big step up, but he deserves it, to be honest. He deserves it. But yeah, so this has been the Album Man. I hope you enjoyed my top 9 live performances of 2012, and a few honourable mentions. And yes, there'll be some more end of year videos coming out. There'll be my top 25 albums of the year, top 25, I think it's 2025 songs of the year, and something else, I think, possibly. I think so. Oh yes, top 10 most disappointing and albums of 2012, and the rarest rock album of 2012. That will be in the same video, most disappointing and worst. Anyway, so yeah, it's been the Album Man. This seems to have fallen down, so just long live rock and roll.